Glowing star Coco meets her idol, unforgettable moments with Michelle Obama. Red Heart # inspiring fan experience. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Some encounters feel inevitable, like destiny aligning stars across generations. In 2025, one such meeting finally happened. Coco Gauff, the 21-year-old tennis sensation who had just become the richest female athlete in the world, sat down face-to-face with Michelle Obama, former First Lady of the United States, best-selling author, lawyer, activist, and global inspiration. For Coco, who grew up idolizing Michelle not just as a leader but as a symbol of grace, resilience, and empowerment, this was more than a handshake. It was a moment of connection between dreams and reality. For the fans who witnessed glimpses of the meeting through photos, social media posts, and heartfelt interviews, it felt like a once-in-a-lifetime reminder: when passion, dedication, and authenticity meet, barriers dissolve, and history is made. The build-up. The meeting was months in the making. Michelle Obama had long admired Coco's rise not just for her victories on the court but for her willingness to speak up on issues of equality, education, and youth empowerment. Coco, meanwhile, had carried Michelle's books, Becoming and The Light We Carry, in her tennis bags during tournaments, underlining passages for motivation before big matches. In interviews, Coco often cited Michelle as someone she wanted to emulate. Her confidence, her calm, her ability to inspire people with her words, that's something I really look up to. She's more than just a role model, she's someone who proves that you can be powerful and kind at the same time. So when Coco received the invitation to meet Michelle at a special leadership summit in Washington, D.C., her reaction was immediate: disbelief, joy, and nerves all at once. "I screamed," she later admitted with a laugh. "I'm not even going to lie. I've met Serena, Beyoncé, even LeBron, but Michelle Obama is in a league of her own. She's my hero." The arrival. The summit was held at a historic venue, the Kennedy Center, where leaders, artists, athletes, and innovators gathered to discuss the future of youth empowerment. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation, but no moment was more electric than when Coco was ushered backstage before Michelle's keynote address. Dressed in a sleek white suit paired with sneakers, her signature blend of elegance and athletic style, Coco carried none of her usual racket bag confidence. She admitted her palms were sweaty. And then, the door opened. Michelle Obama entered the room. The meeting. What does one say when meeting their idol? For Coco, the answer was, not much at first. She froze. Michelle, tall and graceful in a navy blue ensemble, walked forward with a radiant smile. "Coco, I feel like I already know you," she said, pulling her into a warm hug. That broke the ice. Coco's nervous laughter filled the room. "I can't believe I'm standing here. You don't know how much you mean to me." The two sat down, and what followed wasn't a stiff exchange of pleasantries but a real conversation about pressure, about purpose, about the weight of being a role model at a young age. Michelle told Coco, "You remind me so much of myself at your age, ambitious, hardworking, but also trying to balance the expectations of the world. The thing to remember is this: the platform you have isn't a burden, it's a gift. Use it to open doors for others." Coco nodded, eyes wide, soaking in every word. The fan becomes the student. For over an hour, the two spoke privately. Coco asked questions she'd always wanted to ask. How do you handle criticism when millions are watching? How do you stay grounded when success brings fame and money? How do you keep believing in yourself when you're scared? Michelle's answers were thoughtful, laced with personal stories, from her early days as a lawyer balancing ambition with authenticity, to the surreal years in the White House under constant scrutiny. "The truth is, Coco," she said, "confidence isn't something you're born with. It's built. It's like your forehand, you practice it every day until it becomes second nature. And when the world doubts you, you lean into the work you've put in." Coco later described it as the best masterclass of my life, except it wasn't about tennis, it was about being human. Public moments. Later that evening, during the summit's keynote session, Michelle Obama surprised the audience by inviting Coco on stage. "Tonight," Michelle said, "we celebrate not just leaders of today, but leaders of tomorrow. Coco Gauff isn't just a champion on the tennis court, she's a champion of courage, authenticity, and possibility. The crowd erupted in applause as Coco, visibly emotional, joined Michelle under the spotlight. The image of them standing together, two icons of different generations, united by purpose, went viral within minutes. On social media, fans called it the most inspiring moment of 2025. One tweet read, "When Coco met Michelle, every black girl watching saw the future meet the foundation." The afterglow. The meeting didn't end at the summit. Michelle and Coco stayed in touch afterward, exchanging texts and even planning to collaborate on youth-focused initiatives. Michelle invited Coco to participate in a mentorship program for young women of color, while Coco extended an open invitation for Michelle to attend one of her matches at the US Open. In interviews, Coco couldn't stop gushing. "It wasn't just meeting my idol, it was realizing she believes in me. That's something I'll carry forever." Michelle, in her newsletter, later wrote, "Coco Gauff embodies everything I believe the next generation of leaders will bring: discipline, empathy, and courage. Watching her grow is one of the joys of this moment in history." Why it mattered. For fans, Coco's meeting with Michelle wasn't just a celebrity encounter. It was symbolic. It was proof that dreams come full circle, that a young girl who once scribbled quotes from Michelle Obama in her notebook could grow into a woman standing beside her as an equal. It mattered because it showed that role models aren't untouchable, they're accessible, human, and willing to uplift those who come after them. It mattered because in a world too often divided, the sight of two powerful black women, one an athlete, one a stateswoman, reminded everyone that representation isn't just about visibility, it's about connection and inspiration. Legacy in the making. The story of Coco and Michelle isn't finished. Their bond has only just begun, and both continue to shape the world in their own ways, Michelle through her advocacy and writing, Coco through her dominance in tennis and her growing influence off the court. But for Coco, 2025 will always hold a special place in her heart, not just for the trophies, titles, and record-breaking wealth, but for the moment she looked into the eyes of her hero and realized she, too, was becoming one. "If I can be even half the inspiration to others that Michelle is to me," Coco said, "then I'll know I've done something right." And that is why, long after the photos fade from Instagram and the headlines move on, the world will remember that day in 2025 when Coco met Michelle, and the meeting wasn't just unforgettable, it was transformative. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.